What's up, guys? I'm JJ,
I'm Angel.
and this is PM Football.
Week 12. We're already at week 12. The season.
The Bills are winning the Super Bowl.
Oh, Jesus.
The Bills are winning the Super Bowl.
I didn't know that was happening. I'm sorry.
We're winning it.
Look, all right. Well, one, can I say this?
Congratulate me.
Congratulations. Congratulations. Good job. We're all happy for you that you ended their undefeated season. Generally, the entire NFL is happy for you guys. Can I say this, though?
Yeah.
Can you admit I was right about one thing?
What?
This game mattered.
I never said it didn't matter.
Yes, you literally said it didn't matter. Whether you won or lost, this game does matter.
All right, let me...
Just admit I was right. That
you were right.
Thank you. That's all.
Did I mean it like that? Not necessarily. I more or less said that in case the Bills lost. So that way...
So your
right
heart
now,
wouldn't be as hard.
So right now, I'd be talking to you and say, guess what? It doesn't matter. We beat them the last 4 years in the regular season, so why would it matter?
These kind of games matter, and congratulations.
Now,
You beat them.
I will say, we did what I wanted them to do.
Yeah.
We rested the 3 guys that were hurt. I kind of wish Amari Cooper didn't play, but to be fair, he only played like 60% of the snaps, so he pretty much didn't play. Yeah. And when he was in the game, he made plays.
Yeah.
And they were huge plays to keep us 2 third-down completion, 2 third-down conversions.
Yeah.
Huge plays in the game. He's coming along. We got Amari Cooper in the mix now. We haven't even seen him with Keon yet, really.
Yeah.
Throwing a Dalton Kincaid, and we didn't even have Spencer Brown.
Yeah.
We played the Chiefs at about 80%, and we beat them pretty handedly.
Yeah, it was a very convincing win.
I wasn't scared at all during that game. I'll be completely honest with you. That game was one of the first times I've ever seen the Bills play the Chiefs. Maybe going back 10 years when the Chiefs had like Alex Smith, that I was like, all right, we're going to win this game.
You don't need to be ripping on my boy Alex Smith like that. But
no, I know, but I'm just saying like that's the last time the Chiefs looked like okay, we're probably going to win this game type of game.
Pre-Mahomes.
Yes, pre-Mahomes. I mean, even Alex Smith. We're getting off topic regardless.
Yeah.
The Bills are winning the Super Bowl. It's as simple as that.
Look, you guys, it was a very convincing win. You guys look very good. I have you guys as the best AFC team, second best team in the entire league, right behind the Lions. I just want to say tread lightly, move with caution.
Guess what?
What?
We play the Lions in 2 weeks.
Yeah. That game's important too. Yeah.
That game is going to be
an amazing
Super Bowl.
Look,
that's the Super Bowl preview.
I just want to remind you of what you said earlier in the season.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
That was week 4 Buffalo Bills. This is week 12 Buffalo Bills.
I just want to say it happens every year.
Not true.
It happens every year.
Not true.
You fall for it every year.
True.
Just don't. You're starting to fall for it again.
No, I'm not.
You have fallen for it again.
No, I didn't.
I'm trying to save you. You guys see, I'm trying
You said that last week, and guess what? We beat the Chiefs with them.
I literally said I think you guys have a good shot at beating the Chiefs. Even though I chose the Chiefs to win, I did say you guys had a good chance of beating the Chiefs because the Chiefs haven't looked all that convincing this year.
No.
So it's a great win.
It's the AFC. The AFC is ours.
Yeah, but then there's kind of a thing with Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs. It's kind of a different story.
Yeah, really?
Yeah. I'm just talking about history.
This has been the best start for the Chiefs ever, and we beat them.
I thought the game didn't matter, though.
It didn't.
But it does.
No.
Look, I'm just saying move lightly, tread lightly.
And before we move on from this topic, Josh Allen is a clear MVP.
He's top 2, in my opinion.
Who's ahead of him?
I think there's an argument for Lamar.
Why?
He's amazing.
Josh isn't.
I literally just said Josh is top 2, and he's still complaining.
How
only you
the Ravens
find a way
the Ravens
to
are
complain
6-4.
No, they're not, are they?
Yes, they are. How is Lamar the MVP right now?
It's Lamar. What can I say?
Okay, so we're just gonna hand it to him because his name's Lamar Jackson.
Why not?
Because Josh is better and has always been better.
Lamar has more.
Josh should
how many MVPs does Josh
should have 3 because they gave it to Lamar. They gave it to Lamar because
I don't think they just give away MVPs.
They don't matter.
sounds like someone who's salty.
They don't
With
matter.
0 MVPs, 0 Super Bowl titles. I mean, I don't know.
The Ravens? Has Lamar won a Super Bowl?
2 MVPs.
Okay, what has that gotten him? Same as the Josh Allen. So what does it matter?
Got him a better contract.
Not true. Josh is a better contract right now. So
No.
what do you?
Josh has the better contract.
You were the one that brought it up. You brought it up.
Josh has the
Josh
better
has better
contract.
everything.
No. All right, look.
Got a better girlfriend.
Really, we're going there.
I mean, Taylor Swift's a thing.
By the way, overrated. His girlfriend.
Haley Steinfeld.
Respectfully, not a big fan. I find her a little annoying.
Haley.
Yeah.
What's wrong with her?
Maybe it's just because. All right, I'm gonna be honest. People might judge me.
Yes.
I'm literally just basing this off of her performance in Pitch Perfect.
I thought it was pretty good.
I found her character to be annoying.
It was supposed to be.
Well, it worked because I found her very annoying, and ever since then, wasn't a fan. Honestly, she's probably a very chill person.
Yeah, she is.
It's just every time I see her, I think of her in Pitch Perfect, and I'm like, nah.
Bills winning the Super Bowl. Haley Steinfeld is holding up the Super Bowl trophy with Josh.
Disagree, but I mean,
Who's
time
winning
will
it
tell.
then? The Chiefs. This is the most beatable.
Honestly, okay, if I'm being honest with you,
Lions.
if I had to bet money today on Super Bowl winner, I'd probably go Lions.
Playing.
The Chiefs. If I'm being
You
honest
suck.
with you. All right, moving on.
More AFC East. news.
Shocking.
Not
Ne-
shocking.
No, it's absolutely shocking just because. Did I really sound
you
like
were, you were,
I'm so sorry. That's gonna look awful.
more shocking.
This is gonna look terrible on camera. I found it pretty shocking just on how they went about it. Like, Jets fire their GM Joe Douglas.
Woody's blowing up shop so that he can go back and work for Trump.
I know. I feel bad for Jets fans and I don't because it's kind of funny. It's only funny because it's no longer my team.
Now it's funny to me because like Woody probably will be going to back working for Trump in his
Absolutely.
office
For
or
sure.
in his cabinet somewhere.
Yeah.
And when that happens, it's Woody's brother that takes over the team. So he's like, I'm gonna make it as impossible as impossible.
He stole my Dino Nuggets and I never forgave him for that.
Yeah, he took my kids' cuisine.
What am I talking about? They grew up rich. They didn't have no Dino Nuggets. They had like actual pet dinosaurs.
They had actual dinosaur
like
meat.
quail eggs.
They had dinosaur meat and quail eggs.
Yeah.
Regardless, the Jets are a dumpster fire and are even going to be a bigger dumpster fire because where do they go from
I
here?
just don't get it. Look, the thing, and I brought this up earlier to you, the thing that makes the least amount of sense to me about all of this is Joe Douglas is in his last year of his contract. He was employed for a month and a half. You couldn't keep him for a month and a half. The trade deadline's over.
Yeah.
There's nothing he can do from here on out.
You would think you'd want to get rid of that guy before that so you could make a move.
What
you wanna
was
move.
the point of any of that?
Yeah.
That makes zero sense.
Yeah.
And like now there's
Jeez, I
this,
didn't know the Jets got you this fired up.
it just I hate incompetency, especially it's and you and me know that we've worked in college football. We've worked in that type of environment where we know the difficulties of just getting that even just a little bump in like that kind of industry to make it all the way to the NFL, to just be privileged to be in the NFL.
And then the owner tells
And you just run it like it's a complete joke. Yeah, that pisses me off. Like, I'm sorry. Like, it's just
You're
a
talking about the
complete-
owner?
just how he goes about all of it.
But I mean, I wouldn't even put it on Joe Douglas. He put a good team
But
together.
that's my other point. Like, the team doesn't suck because of Joe Douglas. Your job as a GM is to put talent on that roster as much as you can. When you look at that roster on paper,
It's good.
you can't tell me that's a very talented roster. It
Yeah,
is.
It was. It
It's-
still is.
It's just other things that are holding them back that have nothing to do with Joe Douglas. And I really hope Joe Douglas ends up getting another GM spot this offseason because he deserves it because talent-wise, this has been the best Jets team in who knows how long. And it's because of him.
Mm-hmm. They were talking about them winning the AFC.
That's what I'm
East.
saying. Like, and when you look at that roster, why shouldn't they?
Yeah. They should have.
Like,
Sure.
and I know.
Surely wasn't the Bills.
Why are
It
you
was
so
the Miami
salty about
Dolphins.
that? Look.
The Dolphins. All right, I won't make you go through that again. It was a
Yeah.
bad beat.
Yeah, it was. We have it.
Next thing we want to talk about is the Steelers and the Ravens.
You didn't have anything else to add with Joe Douglas? You good with
No,
that?
I am on full agreement with you.
Sounds good.
AFC North talk.
Yeah, why not?
Steelers beat the Ravens.
Yeah, I've been high on the Steelers the last few weeks since before they played Washington. I feel like even though he didn't score a touchdown, I feel like Russ completely
They
just
didn't need to.
transforms not just the offense, just that team. I feel like they truly follow him. And you could tell when a team just follows their leader just by how they play, and that's how they're playing. So
Not to mention they have the best defensive player in the league. And if it wasn't for Josh Allen, TJ Watt would be my MVP right now.
that's an interesting take.
TJ Watt is honestly, very debatably the best player in the league.
He's been dominating extremely well. So
He has won them. The Steelers have won 2 games this year, kicking just field goals. Am I mistaken? I know they won this past game,
yeah,
and I'm pretty sure they won another game only kicking field goals.
maybe.
You don't win those games if your defense is bad.
Fair point.
You have to have an elite defense to win games by just kicking field goals.
Yeah.
And they do. And when you have TJ Watt on that defense, on top of the other players that have been playing really well, Peyton Wilson, Alex Highsmith, like you still got big dude in the middle, Cameron Hayward.
Big dude in the middle.
Cameron Hayward. Cameron
Big
Hayward.
dude in the middle.
I could picture him. I just couldn't remember his name. Cameron Hayward.
Yeah.
Joey Porter's stepping it up this year. He's
Yeah.
looking like a good corner.
Looking all right. Looking decent.
Oh, okay. Steelers are just a good team.
Yeah,
They're
and the
playing good-
Ravens.
They're playing
What if-
very complimentary football.
Yeah, and the Ravens. What's happening with them?
Ravens are so confusing.
They are.
They are just as confusing as the Seahawks.
I want to go that far.
Or the-
I think you can look at the Ravens and still say that's a good team.
Yes.
You may have teams ranked above them, but regardless, you can look at that team and say that's a good team. I don't know if we can say that about the Seahawks.
But the Ravens have 2 of the worst losses in the NFL this year. You lose to the Raiders and you lose to the Browns.
You have a good point.
Those are
I
terrible.
think losing to the Panthers is more embarrassing, but
Who did that?
they won 3 games. So who lost to them? Raiders, Giants, and
And they lost to the Raiders. Like
yeah,
that's-
yeah. I kind of helped your point there.
The-
But I'm not necessarily
The
disagreeing. with
Ravens
you
are
either.
so inconsistent. Like
Yeah.
if they can't establish a run game, their game plan's messed up, and they
Yeah.
can't do anything.
Yeah.
Their defense is not that good this year. Like that's always been their backbone has been consistent with a good defense.
Yeah.
And just have it. They control time of possession.
Yeah.
Their defense isn't letting them control the time of possession this year,
Yeah.
and the offense is having to stay on the field for shorter periods of time, and you can't
Mhm.
establish a really dominant run game, which was what they want to do
Mhm.
when you're in close games.
Yeah.
Like you have to throw the football. And I'm not saying Lamar can't do that, but if your defense is giving up points almost every drive, that's not the type of football they want to play.
For sure. For sure. We're going to stay in the AFC North. The Bengals just find ways to keep losing, and it's weird because Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase.
Before we go moving on, I saw this tweet.
Mhm.
You know the water boy?
Yeah.
When he
Of course, yeah.
when he fumbles the ball at the end of the game and the quarterback walks up to him and he
Mhm.
goes, "You cost us the game." And
Yeah.
it was Joe Burrow going up to Evan McPherson.
Yeah.
He says, "You cost us the game." He goes, "Well, will you still be my friend though?" And he goes, "No." That was Joe Burrow to
Yeah.
Evan McPherson. After
Yeah, I mean,
well, can I still be your friend?
look, they just keep losing games. It's concerning. It's weird. Like,
Now, we just did a video on the head coaches.
which you should go
Fired.
watch. Look, when we were talking about
they keep losing
making
these
this,
games.
when we were talking about making this list, I thought about putting him.
If they keep losing these,
Maybe,
at some point, he's got to be blamed.
absolutely, and I think the blame should start with him first and foremost at this point.
Because it's pretty hard to put this
I mean,
on Burrow.
I would say who else? It's not Burrow's fault at all. He's playing great.
Do you know what his touchdown to interception ratio is in losing games this year?
No,
17-2.
that's what I'm saying. Those are incredible numbers.
7 games they've lost this year. So 17 touchdowns
in
and 2
7
picks.
games with only 2 picks. Like,
And they've lost all of them.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think absolutely you look at the head coach, Zach Taylor, and you're like, what's happening?
And
Sure.
this is the other crazy thing. Joe Burrow leads the NFL in passing touchdowns or
Mhm.
passing yards.
Mhm.
They have the number one receiving leader in the NFL in Jamar Chase, and they have the number one sack leader in Trey Hendrickson.
Mhm.
And you're 4-7, or
Yeah.
whatever, 4-7. Yeah,
Not good. Either way, you're below 500. It's not close.
you're leading the league in 3 categories. You've won 4 games.
Yeah.
Zach Taylor, it's a bad look for you.
Definitely raising some eyebrows. I don't know. They just got to fix something soon.
It's concerning, very concerning.
Heading over to the AFC West, we want to talk about Bo Nix. He has cemented himself in the Offensive Rookie of the Year talks.
I think you
Don't
need,
say it. Don't say
you
it.
need to
Don't say it.
All right, I'm gonna say it eventually, but that's funny.
It's not time for that.
I'm not gonna say what you think I'm gonna say.
Okay.
You need to give him more credit than what you thought he was.
I've admitted openly that he is doing a
No,
lot better
I know.
than what I thought he would.
I wanted you to say that first, so then I could slam dunk on your head and say he is the Offensive Rookie of the Year right now.
That's so blasphemous.
Bo Nix is the Offensive Rookie of the Year, and I know you're gonna get to it. We're gonna talk about the
Yes.
Commanders eventually.
And I'll even talk about it when you're done.
Yeah,
See
we
what
can
you have
jump
to
over
say.
to that. I don't even think Jaden's second right now.
That's
I think Brock
insane.
Bowers is second, if not first. It might go Brock, Bo, Jaden.
Look, all right, look.
Brock Bowers is on pace to break Puka Nakua's receiving
I
receptions
want to
record.
break this down in 2 different ways.
Okay.
One, I want to address Bo Nix.
Okay.
Not obviously not directly, but I want to talk
Bo
about
Nix.
Yeah, I want to talk about Bo Nix. He's looked very impressive. Absolutely, I'm not taking anything away from him. Absolutely deserves to be an Offensive Rookie of the Year talks. Absolutely should be a top 3 candidate right now. He's looking great. The team's looking great. I was low on them to begin the year. They have absolutely proven me wrong. They look really good right now, and so does Bo Nix. I think, and you know what? Maybe by the end of the year, absolutely Bo Nix wins it at the end of the year. Maybe.
Commanders fall off a
I
cliff.
just think, as of now, people are putting heavy emphasis on the past 2 games, which I don't necessarily blame them because recency bias. Putting heavy emphasis on the last 2 games where Bo has played out of his mind and Jaden has not looked so impressive. I feel like when you look at it from an entire season standpoint, there is no question that Jaden has been the best offensive rookie in the class, without a question.
Which is why I say Brock Bowers.
And he's impressed me a lot as well. I was really high on Brock Bowers throughout the entire draft process and coming into the season. So, I'm not mad at Brock Bowers either.
He just happens to play for the worst team in the league and
All right, look.
has no quarterback, and he's still putting up
I was
numbers.
about to say, can you imagine if he had an actual quarterback? It might not be close.
Imagine Michael Penix there right now.
Man. Although they won't have Brock Bowers if
Well, let's just say for
hypothetically
some reason, he was there
Magic
with
Land. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be great to see. I don't want to take anything away from Bo Nix. He absolutely needs to be in serious talks to an Offensive Rookie of the Year. If I had to vote today, this is not me being a Washington fan. It is me looking at it from a whole season perspective. Jaden has been the best rookie quarterback, the best offensive rookie in general.
I mean, it's hard to disagree with that.
You had Bo winning it.
I know. I'm saying it's hard to. I'm not saying I
get you. Yeah.
But like I said, it's hard to disagree with that because they are still 7-4.
Yeah.
Way higher than what everybody expected them to be this year,
including me. Yep.
So I mean, it's hard to not give it to them, but same could be said about the Broncos.
Yeah. I will say Bo Nix is making it a very close race, which is exciting to see. It's good that we see these young players showing what the future of the NFL could be.
And I want to put this question out there because me and him had talked about this before we filmed this. Do the Broncos or the Commanders have a better roster? And who are you more impressed with the rosters they have?
Yeah.
Does Bo Nix get more credit because their roster's worse? Or do you say it's the other way around? Jaden gets more credit because their roster's worse. I was on the side of the Broncos having a worse roster.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm more impressed with what Bo is doing. With the weapons he has, they don't have a run game like the Commanders do.
I
They
agree
don't
with
have a
that.
line. They don't have a line like the Commanders
I agree
do.
with that.
And I think they have worse weapons. I'm taking Terry over Cortland,
I agree with
and
that.
I'm taking any of the other receivers on the Commanders over. We did this earlier. I said name another receiver, and he couldn't. So.
I named the dude with the V.
Yeah, the dude with the V. The what? He has a what? He has a
Not
V?
like that. No, don't put words in my mouth.
He said the dude with the V.
Look, I agree with most of what you're saying. I'm not even necessarily disagreeing that the Commanders have a better roster. I just think you're making it sound like the Commanders' receiving core is so far and away better than
No,
the
I'm not.
Broncos. I'm just saying how
I'm saying in general, like the offense in general. They
I
have an
agree it's
established
a better run game. I agree it's
and
a
they have a
better
better
O
O-line.
line.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I just think it's not like Jaden has an absurd amount of weapons that he could just start.
You taking
tossing
Lil
them
Jordan Humphrey or Luke McCaffrey?
Probably Little Jordan Humphrey. What has Luke McCaffrey done? And look, I'm not saying Luke McCaffrey's bad by any means. He's a rookie. It's just that, like, what has he really shown as of yet?
They
To
also
me,
have an
not
established like outlet in Zach Ertz. The Broncos
Dude,
don't have that.
get me. Look, I like it. I like
No,
Zach
and
Ertz.
I'm not saying he's any world beater either, but he's an outlet. Like he's going to be there. The Broncos,
if he catches the ball,
the Broncos don't
another
have that.
story,
The
though.
Broncos don't have that though.
They have Blake Watson.
Oh yeah, ODU alum, Memphis
Love you,
alum.
Blake. Yeah. I
The
don't
next
know.
Alvin Kamara.
I'm just saying, Bo Nix deserves to be an offensive rookie talks.
Yeah, sure.
Moving on. Ugh. I don't even know why I put this, honestly.
Right after this.
Look. I have to admit something. I'm a man of honesty.
The Commanders might be frauds.
Look. I'm a man of honesty. I'm a realistic fan. So I'm going to say it how it is.
I gotta make sure he can't hear me. They might be frauds.
I'm gonna be very clear. And I will admit my wrongs. I fell for it. I absolutely fell for it. You don't need to whisper in the other.
I'm fixing it because I kind of.
I absolutely fell for it. I admit it. I, just like any other Commanders fan, with this very exciting year, a year we're not used to winning games of this magnitude, like this frequently. I thought we were clearly the best team in the division. I fully fell for it. I was wrong. Realistically, we're a wild card team. We're ahead of schedule. I had us winning 6 games this year. We're already at 7. I expect to win the next 2. That's jumping a little ahead, but I overall I like the spot that the Commanders are in when you look at the bigger picture. But absolutely, I fell for it. We are not the best team in the division. I don't think we will win the division. I think we're a wild card team, which is better than I thought we would be in the beginning of the year.
I totally agree.
Now we could talk about the game if you would like.
Well, I'm going to piggyback off of what you were just talking about. The Commanders have exceeded my expectation, and I think everybody's expectation going into the season.
Yeah.
If you were to tell me they were going to be a wild card team at the beginning of the year, I'd have been like, that's kind of crazy.
It is pretty crazy. Still is pretty crazy.
Now, 2 weeks ago, it was, we're winning the NFC East.
I'm about to make myself sound even dumber. Forget the NFC East. We were like,
you're going to the Super Bowl.
We could make a bid for the NFC Championship game. 2 weeks ago is not the world. 2 weeks ago is not the world today.
Yeah.
So
now the Eagles brought you guys right back down to earth.
The Eagles brought us to reality. We kind of needed that. We needed a reality.
You guys got introduced to Saquon Barkley
again
for the however many time you played them.
Time.
Yeah.
Yep. With a good O-line.
Have you ever been able to stop Saquon even when he was on the Giants?
An unhealthy Saquon, yes. Saquon whose
Achilles
quads were falling off. Yeah. No, we needed that reality check. If you're a Commanders fan and you're watching this, let's be honest, bro. We needed that. We needed that reality check. It's set in now. We're a wild card team. I think we're still a decent, good team. We're beating the teams that aren't considered good, which makes us like decent.
I'm gonna say it what you told me before we started this.
What?
He still thinks the Commanders only lose by a touchdown to us.
To the Bills, yeah. But however, I did want to specify that I think it would be like the Eagles game where the score doesn't like say how bad the game was. Like the Commanders should have lost by more than what they did. I think if we play the Bills, the score wouldn't say what the game truly was. I think we should lose by more than a touchdown. I just think for whatever reason, we just find ways to stay in games when we shouldn't.
Jaden is pooping his pants if he has to see a Buffalo Bills game in Buffalo.
I doubt it.
He did it against the Eagles. He did it against
No,
the Steelers.
it was. I could come up with a million excuses, but at the end of the day, we lost and we didn't look good. So how much is that on
And to
Jaden?
be fair, we can take this even back farther. Like to the previous games that they had won. Like the Bears game. He didn't even play that great in the Bears game. You can't tell.
Okay, when
I'm
your
not saying he
receivers,
played.
back to the Bo Nix thing. When your receivers drop 8 passes a game, I'm sorry, your quarterback can only look so good.
Why did you look at me like that?
Because like you're making it seem like it's one way when it's really not.
It is though. Like,
It's not.
you
It's
got to throw better balls.
Sorry,
I was kidding.
It should be
We'll
here instead of here,
We'll move on from these two teams.
please.
Dallas.
Yeah, literally, our bullet points literally just Dallas because it is what's not to say. It's just a complete mess. Can that entire team just stop doing interviews?
Jerry's world is falling apart. His actual
roof-
world is falling
Dude,
apart.
That stadium's like 15 years old. It should
I've
not
been there.
be falling.
That
Have
place
you?
is a coliseum.
Really,
It is the coolest. It looks like a spaceship.
that's
It is the
cool
coolest.
and not cool.
No, it's sick.
I will never admit it's sick, but
Oh, we're going.
I would love to go.
It,
I forgot you did go.
yeah,
Yeah,
I went.
for the Big 12.
The Big 12
championship.
again. We used to work in college football. We never really talk about it. I worked for Texas last year. I went to the Big 12 championship. I went to the Big 12 championship game against Oklahoma State last year. Killed Oklahoma State. Washington didn't work out that well, but
It happens.
that place was sick.
I bet.
It was so cool.
Yeah.
Back to reality with Dallas.
They're just such
the
a
team
mess.
is not sick.
No, I mean they look ill. Like they they look like they need serious medical help. Can they stop doing interviews?
Yeah.
Like stop talking. Just
Yeah.
if you're on that team, stop talking. Just like it's better to just keep your mouth shut, tuck your tail between your legs, and just keep it moving.
I'm just gonna get somebody else to ask me the questions.
That might be the dumbest question you've ever asked me.
Are you really gonna ask me that question again? Because I will pay somebody else to ask me that question.
Look,
Michael Parsons is the best football player alive. We will win every game by 30
you
points.
sound freakishly like him, dude. Look, I'm not. How should I put this?
I am Jerry Jones.
How should I put respectfully? Jerry Jones looks like he's on his deathbed.
I am on my deathbed.
He looks terrible.
While I am on my deathbed, my Dallas Cowboys will win out
Dude,
with
like,
Cooper Rush.
I really hope Jerry Jones lives to be 300 years old and just stays the GM of Dallas for forever.
After we lose to Tommy DeVito, Tommy DeVito will be the face of the franchise. I'm telling you right now.
Like, where do you even go from here?
I don't know, but I'm kind of stuck in this Jerry Jones voice, and I almost
It's a good Jerry Jones voice. It's probably the best one I've heard in a while.
Dallas is in shambles, and Jerry Jones, like you said, should sew his mouth shut.
Yeah, as should Micah.
Should just type in talk in emails.
Like
don't go there. Yeah, don't. I know everybody knows who you're talking about. You were just gonna throw that out there. Just
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Let's do it in the.
Back to reality. You know what?
Giants are starting Tommy
we should
DeVito.
just move on. Giants benching Daniel Jones, starting Tommy DeVito. I've been a Daniel Jones hater since day one. Since day one of the draft when he was selected 6 overall.
Wheelchair soon. Maybe.
I don't know where I was going with that.
I don't either.
DeVito. I think he might spark a little something. I'm not saying he'll win games.
His agent's sparking something.
Sparking a lot. I'm not necessarily saying he'll win games, but I do think the offense will look better than how it's looked under Daniel Jones, if I'm being honest with you.
I would hope so because I feel like my grandma can do that.
I won't be surprised. Strong woman.
Yes. Strong like bull.
Yes.
Not like Daniel Jones.
Not like Daniel Jones.
There's not much to talk about there. Like, we're just
No.
hoping Tommy DeVito can show some flashes and the Giants don't look as bad as they have.
Do you think a team should take a chance on Daniel Jones next year?
Yeah, I think somebody
Which
will.
teams?
My Dallas Cowboys. No, I'm just kidding. I think the Seahawks.
You doesn't hear that.
The Seahawks. I don't hate it.
I don't know. I've heard worse opinions.
Seahawks. I mean, I also could see him going to a really bad team and then just signing him in like, aka the Panthers, aka the Raiders. Like, just
I really hope the Raiders don't.
Just bringing him in. I'm not saying they're going to make him the starting quarterback, but give him every chance to win that job.
That's your point. Yeah.
Why not? Like, if you can get him for a cheap deal, I'm almost certain no one's paying him some top dollar to play for them.
No, I would hope not.
Why not get him on a cheap, like, 1 or 2 year deal? See what he does. He's been a starter for 4 years now, 5 years.
For like 6, if I'm being honest. He's on his second contract.
I think it's been 5 years, 4 years, 6 years. Is it really? He's been
6 years?
Nah.
No, 5 years because
they
didn't take his
he was 20,
5th year contract.
2019, 2020. 19?
2018. No, 20.
No, Josh was 18.
19? Because it was Dwayne Haskins' year. So 2019, 5 years.
Yeah, year 5.
Yep.
Still a young guy.
He is, yeah.
Why not give him another chance somewhere? Moving on. We don't really need to talk about this too much. The Lions.
I feel like they're clear Super Bowl favorites. Do you?
Yes.
No. Really? Over the Bills?
No.
Do you think the Bills will play the Lions in the Super Bowl?
That's what I was going to say.
Okay.
I was going to rephrase the question and answer it the way that I took it.
Yeah.
The Lions are clear Super Bowl favorites to make it to the Super Bowl. I don't know. And I think even if they were to play the Chiefs, the Bills do. I'll throw them in there just because I want to throw them in there.
Sure.
Or for this point of talking, any AFC team. Ravens, throw Steelers maybe. Mm-hmm. I doubt the Steelers make it that far. I'm talking too much about it. I don't know if the Lions have been through enough adversity to win a Super Bowl like that.
They went to the NFC Championship last year. We're leading the 49ers going into halftime.
That's what I'm saying, though. Like, I don't – they I hate to say this, but they're almost the Bills of the NFC where they can't win the big game.
I disagree. And look, I'm not necessarily saying – actually, I kind of am saying that I would choose Detroit over the Bills, but not in, like, the way you're thinking. Like, I think the Bills have as equal a chance.
Against the Lions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think the Lions have gone through enough.
If you had to pick them, you'd take them right now?
Just to me, they have looked like the best team.
It's hard to disagree with that.
Yeah.
They've also just trampled terrible teams, which is what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's what good teams do.
So, but at the other point of that, they're terrible teams. That game against the Bills in 2 weeks.
Let's go tell a lot.
Oh, my God. I cannot wait.
It's going to be very exciting. Moving on. I love this. I love this topic only because Bears fans were talking so much trash, and I never forgot it. Bears keep losing in heartbreaking fashion. Look, I love that their lives are going like this. Because not only did they talk smack leading up to the Commanders game, and I hate to bring up the past, but they did, and they kept talking smack after the game when they lose. Why are you talking smack after you lose? Idiots. So, I love that they're losing the way they're losing.
Yeah. Now, the Bears, surprised Eberflus hasn't been fired. I've said that about a couple teams we've talked about.
The only reason why I think they keep him is just because of Caleb.
I feel like it's hurting him more that he's there.
I can see a point there as well.
They make the change at OC.
Mm-hmm.
Not going to lie, it looked okay this week.
It looked better than what it was, absolutely.
So, I mean, maybe that changed a little bit. Like, changed how Caleb plays a tiny bit.
Maybe.
Does it really long term? I don't know. Or was it just the first week of trying to learn what type of offense this new guy is going to be calling? There's a lot of question marks.
They're just so poorly coached. And We talked about this in our previous video. You should definitely check that out where we talk about the coaching carousel. Bring up the Bears and Matt Eberflus because I think it's a pretty big consensus. He's on his way out. I don't know. Something really big has to change for the Bears at this point.
And then to wrap up this whole video, we're going down, or up, I should say, to the NFC
West.
We're going out west.
Northwest.
Yeah.
Right.
The Cardinals are down a little bit.
There.
Yes.
There. Seahawks beat the 49ers, but the Cardinals are still number 1 in the division.
Yep. This has been the most disappointing division in football to me.
In what way?
Every team in the division, besides the Cardinals, who are currently the number 1 team in that conference.
And if you would have told me that going into the season, I think you were snorting something.
But what I was going to say is all those 3 other teams, if you were to tell me right now, week 12 in the NFL season, we're in first place, wouldn't be shocked. None of them are. They're all within a game of each other, so that makes it exciting. But at the same time, they're all underperforming. If you were to tell me they were all a game away from each other, and it was like 7-4, 7-4, 5-5, something like that, they're all 500. Besides the Cardinals.
I forgot what video we did where I brought up the 49ers, and I said this could be the beginning of the end for the 49ers. I cannot remember what video we did when I talked about that. But
I think it was like bold predictions.
The thing is, I think it was, but I don't think it was the one for the preseason. It was definitely during.
It was like mid-season.
Maybe
not mid-season. It was something.
I feel like it was before mid-season, but either way.
No, I know what video you're talking about.
Either way.
You called it. Not saying you called it because the season's still going.
Yeah, but like
it's looking like you did call it.
And you could say, yeah, they've had injuries and no Ayuk. Even when they're fully healthy, some games they look good. But for the most part, even when they're healthy, they have not looked like their usual 49ers self. So, I don't know. To me, this could very well be the start of the end for the 49ers. You still got to pay Purdy.
You got to pay Purdy, and McCaffrey hasn't. I mean, I'm not expecting him to look like old McCaffrey coming back after 2 games.
Yeah.
But he doesn't look like the same old McCaffrey we're used to.
No, not at all.
And that's going to be very concerning. And now George Kittle's hurt.
Although he did say he was going to play this weekend.
I mean, but see. He's questionable every week.
Yeah. I mean, that's why I said in the previous video, they're all aging. And you got Ricky Pearsall. Dude got shot in the chest.
Flashed.
I'm sorry. Dude got holes like Swiss cheese. I don't know what else to say. We all know. We all know what he's about. We know that you're an aging team.
Yeah. And I mean, it's the Cardinals' division to lose. They can take a pretty solid lead this week if they were to beat the Seahawks. If they beat the Seahawks, they got a 2-game lead over at least the Seahawks.
Very good for them. Second year under Gannon to
throwing lasers.
Yeah, what a weird. I guess you gotta be weird to be a football coach. You got to.
You kidding me? Name every good NFL head coach.
Weirdos.
Fumblerooski!
Yeah.
Fumblerooski, dude!
we gonna include that for sure. You got anything else you want to add?
No.
All right. Thank you for hanging in there. Thank you for watching.
In there.
It's been a long day, bro.
In
Thank you for watching this video. If you stuck around the entire time, you're a champion. I don't know how you did that. It's got to be some sort of torture. No, I won't go that far.
No, this is fun.
It's fun.
I hope you guys are having as much fun as we are doing this.
Yeah, even... Can I say something?
Go ahead.
Not necessarily on YouTube, but on TikTok, we have a bunch of idiots that like to talk and think they could say stuff. And 1, not think we're going to chirp back. And 2, think that we'll listen.
Yeah.
We'll listen to the guy with Hello Kitty in his profile or have no profile picture.
With following 4 people and 0 followers.
Yeah, we'll be sure to listen to what you say for sure. Yeah.
2 clowns.
Idiots. I don't really know where I was going to go with that, if I'm being honest with you, but...
That we were going to talk back to them?
we're gonna chirp back.
I mean, and on top of that, give us some insightful like talking.
Yeah, all right. Here's the other thing. Y'all, not I don't want to say y'all. There are certain people calling us certain things, and I would completely understand if they called us these stuff. If we have like hot takes or just kind of like outlandish.
So what we're referring
stuff,
to specifically,
well, there's several incidents, but I'll let you continue.
the Heisman thing we were doing the other day. We picked the 3 most consensus Heisman people in anybody. If you were to ask any single person that follows football,
Yeah,
the 3 names: Ashton Genty, Travis Hunter, Dylan Gabriel.
just as of now, look like those are pretty much the 3 consensus of as of now today, November 20th. Those look like they're pretty much the ones who are gonna be the 3 invited to the Heisman ceremony.
But the 5 comments we got on that video. Why would we pick them? Who would ever pick those 3?
You guys are idiots. You guys are clowns.
Some people
Hey,
don't
morons! Everyone's saying this is who it is.
Yeah.
Like, what are we talking about? And like, even when we brought up like, hey, maybe Tua should just consider retire. Back when he was like, right when the injury like just happened,
And he was still potato head.
yeah, when he was like still in the hospital,
His brain was noodle soup.
yeah, we were like, hey, like maybe you should consider retiring. Like, think about your family, think about life after football. Oh, you guys clearly never played football in your life. You guys have no idea what you're talking about. Sorry, we're listening to medical professionals in this entire thing. Sorry that doctors are saying what we're saying. Apologies. Academic students are saying what we're saying. Apologies. We should know better.
Yeah.
We shouldn't listen to the doctors and medical professionals.
Yeah.
Who are we?
We got to listen to the guy with the ECPI degree.
Yeah, no, we gotta listen to the dude that follows 30 people on TikTok and has 0 followers and was banned on his Grindr account. That's the guy we need to listen to.
Yep.
We should absolutely listen to that guy.
Yeah. We know who you are.
We know your address.
No.
Yes, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Anyway,
No, we
thank,
don't.
thank you for watching us.
YouTube, we don't. I swear we don't.
We don't. We're not that smart. Thank you
But
for
just
watching. Thank you for watching us. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the video. Follow us on TikTok at PM Football Podcast. Even if you don't want to watch our TikTok videos, look at the kind of hate comments we get.
Yeah, those are
entertaining
Because
as well.
the best part is we clap back.
Yeah. I think that's where I was gonna go with it. Don't think you're not gonna catch a stray. You're gonna catch a stray. And like, we like to interact, whether it's negative or positive. We want to interact. Even if you leave a negative comment, we might not clap back in the way where we're talking trash. We want to just kind of understand where you're coming from.
And when we say by what we mean by negative, it doesn't always have to just be
Insults.
you two are clowns.
Yeah, no, it doesn't necessarily have to be insults.
I don't really agree with you.
Yeah.
This is what I think.
Exactly.
And we can have a dialogue.
We really want this to be a really interactive.
I've had this thought, and I'm gonna put it on here.
Sure.
What would you think if we posted a number and we could have callers call in?
I've thought about that.
What do you guys think about that?
Let us know.
Let us know.
I don't know if this part's going to go on the TikTok. We'll see. Maybe it does. But
I don't know. But if you're watching our YouTube video, you are seeing this right now. Let us know in the comments. We don't get very many YouTube comments, so let us know. Because we would love to have dialogue with people.
this is still the beginning. Just you wait. Sorry for the long outro. This was a very long outro.
Yeah, we kind of lost it on some idiots from TikTok, and we
Yeah.
wanted to address it.
Yeah.
So,
TikTok numbers ain't terrible, though. Like, we're just a couple stooges that have no idea what we're doing. So,
again, I'm going to throw this out there for another thing. If you want to be an unpaid intern for us and know anything about using graphics or
man.
how to run cameras,
you're just shooting for the stars,
We
there,
are.
aren't you? We're shooting for the stars. You don't know till you ask.
if anybody's out there, please just either like a comment, DM us on Twitter, like something. Just let us know.
What do you know? Yeah, follow us on TikTok at PM Football Podcast. Follow us on Twitter at PM Football Podcast. Like, share, subscribe. Let us know what you want to see. Any questions? Again, years of working in college football may help you out with a couple things, whether you want to get into college football, just want to know what everyday life is like in college football. Let us know. We're open to sharing a lot of things.
We will pay you in Buffalo Bills golf balls.
Yes. And we have 3, so first 3 get 1.
Yeah.
See you next time.
See ya.